fellow denizens of the universe. I'm the Romance Scrooge, and joining me today on Headcanon Hive for a special SaveWoy podcast are the moderators of the SaveWoy movement and page. Introduce yourselves, you lovely peoples.
Hi. Sorry I interrupted you. This is Wander here. I'm too excited, my bad.
Oh wait, that's me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Monty.
I think this is the cue for the next person to go up.
Hi, I'm Mod Pieces here.
Hello, I'm Modsil.
Hello, I'm Mod Cube.
Sexy.
Yeah. Is it me now?
I'm just a little black cube of sexiness.
Hello, I'm Cerise, and I'm not part of the SaveWoy group because I could not figure out how to join. I'm sorry. I'm just a very supportive artist.
We appreciate you, Cerise.
And thank you.
I would say I want to take this time to actually thank Cerise a lot because Cerise has actually done a lot for the Save Wander Over Yonder movement.
Very true.
Along with Clay. Clay has also done an immense amount of work for us, and without, the fans that are behind us, we wouldn't be as successful today as we are. So sincerely, I would like to give a round of applause.
Yay!
To you guys.
Aw,
I
that's
can't
cute.
flap around. I don't have the hand-eye coordination, but I tried.
So close, yet so far.
The effort is all that matters.
Yes.
Now that the introductions are out of the way.
Let's try and entertain people.
Sweet, I love entertaining people.
I'd like to start out with what are some of the current movements going on? Or rather, since this is probably going to get recorded and uploaded within the next week or so, what movements or projects could people sign on to or contribute to? Or what can people do to help?
Can I answer that?
You may.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So, this is Mod Hater again. Basically, right now what we have going on is our Project Fan Boom. It recently got extended to June 30th, which is the deadline. Basically, all you have to do for that is super awesome. What we want to do is show Disney that there are faces behind, the number of people behind the project and behind Wander Over Yonder, so that, that's not just, oh, hey, I'm a username on the internet. We want to really show the faces of the fans. So what we plan on doing is making this huge compilation video of these fans that are all coming together and saying, we want to save Wander Over Yonder. And it's going to be great because it's so far we've gotten a ton of different, people are making animations for it, people are making fan art for it, people are, actually videotaping themselves doing it. There are people videotaping, elementary school classrooms performing the songs from My Fair Haiti. It is amazing, the reception that's happened from this. And, you can do basically anything that's related to Save Wander Over Yonder that you want to put into it, and to email it to SaveWanderOverYonder, SaveWoy at gmail.com, and we'll put it into this huge compilation video, which is the end game. I don't have an actual estimate for when the whole thing will be done, but the deadline is currently June 30th to submit something to us. And the best part about it is that one of my dear friends is writing the music for the video. So it's going to be completely original, completely fan-made, completely, immersive, and getting everyone involved.
Do we know how many people have submitted so far?
Oh my god.
Or at least a rough estimate?
I could check.
Over 500 people probably.
Yeah, around there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was one of the first.
Numbers.
I'm Mod Cube here. I think that it's part of what is so great about Project Fan Boom also is just to see how completely widespread it is. Because, I haven't seen many of the submissions myself. I've seen some of the submissions that people have put up online, but, it's from all over the world, all different countries, and I think that it's, for a show like Wander Over Yonder, where he goes around and travels the universe, I think that it's so cool to see how this show has traveled around the world. That's my 2 cents in the matter.
Absolutely. I agree with that completely. I think it's just amazing how all of these people who could be separated by a language barrier, people who come from China or, Argentina, Brazil, Egypt. All around the world, people are hitting our blog and people are talking to us and people are really getting supportive of the movement. And I think it's amazing that there's no real barrier there between us. We're really showing that you can all come together for a really good cause, and there's no boundaries there, and I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, and in the end, that's really what the message of the show is about. It's about being kind to others and helping them out, no matter who they are or who you are.
Exactly, and I think that's a really cool thing about this whole fandom as a whole. I have never seen drama within the fandom. And I have seen
the most that I've seen is every once in a while someone will complain about one of the ships, but then that tends to blow over very quickly.
It's not really intense like Steven Universe or
God, I was just about to bring that up.
But the point is, even if there's a little tiny bit of it, every so often, it's a little blip. It just and then it goes.
Yeah.
This fandom is so positive, and it's done so much, and I've met so many amazing people through this fandom, and I can't even begin to describe how this show has literally probably helped me through the hardest period of my life. The mods can totally attest to that.
Oh yes. Very much so.
This show has really, really helped me in a really, really dark time in my life, and I've met some of the most amazing people and made some amazing friends from it, and Wander Over Yonder literally Wander Over Yonder literally changed my life for the better, and I think that's what makes it such an amazing and important show.
Mod Wander, adding to this if I may, I have also been through a tough period, not necessarily tough, but it's been extremely busy, and not only is the movement going on strong without me, but it's also really positive, really productive, and I just love seeing all the contributions that the fans make. So adding on to the international bit, there have been petitions that have been out for quite a while, about as long as the movement itself, and when you see the translated comments of people signing the petition from halfway around the world and back, it's just really inspirational and really touching. We're not the only ones. There are a lot of people in the community who believe that Wander has helped them see things more positively, I think. And even if we don't succeed, which I 100% believe we will, even if we don't succeed in saving Wander Over Yonder, the fact that this show has made such an impact on people is something that's going to be remembered for a really long time, and I want the fans to be proud of themselves for that,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, to add to that, watching you guys in action, I'm half tempted to say, what sort of setup you have for Operation Fanboom, your page, the tag in general, other shows, if somebody wants to try saving a show from getting canceled or getting another season, to copy or take notes.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Mod Sylvia, just gonna chime in here, especially at the beginning of this, when I was researching other shows that were saved, and of course the big one in the cartoon sphere is Kim Possible. So of course, looking into that and everything, it was all about the fan community coming together and just looking at the differences in the times. That was 2005 or 6, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head. And the fact that we're able to come together so much quicker nowadays and be able to reach out to so many more fans, I think that's been extremely helpful as well. We've been able to get the word out so much faster, and right now at this exact moment, the main petition has 17,821 supporters.
Yeah.
Woo! And that's in 2 months?
That's all you guys. That's all you out there.
That is
that's all you guys.
That is
all
every
you
single
lovely listeners.
Yeah.
That is every single fan of the show, and everyone that sees this show and understands how important it is to its community. And that in itself is incredible and amazing. And thank you so much to everyone that has signed so far and keeps reblogging and sharing.
Pat yourselves in the back, everyone.
This movement wouldn't be half of what it is without you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are seriously the backbone behind this movement, and you guys are the ones making the difference. We might be running the blog and everything, but you are the ones out there making the difference. And, like, we are so proud and happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering that the blog has, 1,500 followers, and the petition has over 17,000 signatures. Like, that shows just how much bigger this is than just the mods of the blog. Like, it's everyone.
Yeah.
It really is.
I love this show so much, you guys.
Yeah. Don't cry, buddy. Don't cry.
I love Wander.
Yeah,
We all love him.
I also want to add something. I want to say that this whole movement just, like, embodies the entirety of what the show is about, and, like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
the whole everybody coming together for a common goal, and people from all over the place being able to come together. It's so cool how this fandom is really emulating the show. Like, I have never seen something like this much embodying the message of the show before. I hope Craig is proud.
I have a feeling that he is.
If he's not, I'll fight him. Just kidding.
Huh?
He's actually one of my main inspirations since childhood, and I believe a lot of us can attest to that, you know?
Yeah, Craig's, actually, I was a huge fan of the Powerpuff Girls when I was little, to the point where I had Powerpuff Girls overalls, I had Powerpuff Girls light-up shoes, I had Powerpuff socks, I had Powerpuff Girls bed sheets. Like, I was obsessed with the Powerpuff Girls. And I would say that, you know, those shows that I grew up with as a kid were the defining factor in me deciding to go to school to become an animator myself. And I 100% have Craig to thank for that, because, like, my childhood was littered with amazing shows, and Craig worked on a lot of them.
What do you think of the reboot?
Don't even speak to me.
Please do not bring that atrocity in here.
I want to say that the poor mods have had to sit through me screaming like 24/7 about how bad it is.
Yep.
Okay, let's nip this in the bud right now. We're talking about Wander, not reboots.
We're talking about Craig the Kraken.
We're talking about orange fluff balls.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to on topic.
Yeah.
But, you know, Craig has really, I think I can speak for a lot of people when I say this. I don't think I'm a special case. I think that, you know, Powerpuff Girls, along with Dexter's Laboratory, I know a lot of people remember Two Stupid Dogs that he also worked on, and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. They all really had a huge impact on me as a kid. And, you know, Craig worked his butt off along with all the other amazing people that worked on these shows. And it really, you know, it's just amazing how something that seems so trivial when you're a kid, or something that seems so small, can, you know, end up erupting and turning into something really huge.
It's the little thing.
So thanks, Craig.
Thank you, Craig, for being an amazing human
If he
being.
somehow hears this podcast.
Yeah, Craig, if you're listening to this, you rock, man.
Yeah.
Also, Craig,
so
I'm very concerned about your hair. I saw a bald spot at the nominations for the Annies.
Well, Space Ghost did tell him to get his hair cut, and he never did, so.
Maybe it's the stress. He's working for Disney, so of course he's stressed.
Oh.
That's just mean, guys.
Sorry for talking about your hair,
I'm
Craig.
editing out the comments about the bald spot.
I'm sorry.
We have no filter, apparently.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing, man. Podcast
On
are
Save Wander
supposed to
Over
be real, so
Yonder.
you're fine.
Guys.
Back on top.
Yeah, back to our special on Eye on the Skull ship. No?
Oh, I don't want to get hit by Andy. I don't think Andy's here.
Let's be serious, guys. This is serious business.
Okay.
Serious business.
Come on, it's okay to derail a little bit. What's...
Yeah, okay. We need to be entertaining after all.
Let's just talk about the Powerpuff Girls reboot.
No.
You don't even want to hear me talk about that.
Oh my.
Anyway, actually, I would like to plug right now, there is a really cool person on Tumblr who talks about the Powerpuff Girls and is also really active in Craig's community. Their Tumblr is Bug-Eyed Freaks, and they are an amazing person, and they have great opinions. And if you want to talk about the Powerpuff Girls reboot, you go there.
Yeah, have fun with
But they're a super awesome person, and Craig talks to them a lot, and, you know, Craig is awesome. Speaking of the fact that Craig talks to fans, can we talk about how amazing the Wander Over Yonder crew is?
Yes.
All right,
Oh my god.
Frank.
There was one time I was so happy because I sent in an ask to Francagones asking if Emperor Awesome was a fan of Def Leppard, because I specifically had the song Pour Some Sugar on Me in mind. And then he said that Hater was the one who would be a fan of them. And you have no idea how great that day was.
Let that image scar your brain.
I'd also like to thank
Less based
like,
Frank.
Dave especially.
Yes.
Dave is a doll. He's a doll. He's really
Especially since it was announced that Wander Over Yonder was canceled. He's been so active and so supportive of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
I think that one of the greatest things is what's been popping up recently is that people have been sending Dave specifically a lot of like gender and sexuality headcanons for different characters, and for every single one he's like, oh man, that sounds awesome, like that sounds great. And it's just, I think that it's really cool that someone who works on a show like this is they're able to validate like other people's thoughts on the characters.
I think so too, especially in a time where representation and stuff is a huge issue. Like, there's more representation in cartoons than there are in, like, adult media. So I think a lot of the reason why so many adults are gravitating towards cartoons a lot these days are because they can see more of themselves in the cartoons, because there's more of that variety in cartoons nowadays. I definitely think that it's amazing that you can talk to the actual creator of the show who thinks gender fluid Wander is a cool idea. Or, you know, like Dave, who constantly is like, you think Dominator's a lesbian, she can be a lesbian. If you think Dominator's a trans girl, she's a trans girl. Like, all of the headcanons that anybody has are all valid. And they're all important, and they've never once tried to be like, you can't think that. Like, you're not allowed to think that. You're not allowed to be that outlandish about something. Like, they're totally embracing everything, and they're not at all dismissive of fans. And that is so important. Like, I have never seen a crew of a show interact with fans the way that the Wander Over Yonder crew does. You know, just answering questions, fueling shipping, you know, just acknowledging whatever, just talking about how gay Peepers is, like...
Joking with the fans, awesome.
But isn't it true?
It's very true, and everybody knows it. But the point is...
face it's canon.
The point is they validate everything. Like, it doesn't matter what you think, it's the fact that every fan... everything that they think is totally, like, okay. And they even... I also think it's incredible that they made an episode about different people's headcanons and all this other junk and saying, but it doesn't matter how outlandish and weird and, you know, psychedelic your headcanons are, but they're all valid. And as long as, you know, they make you happy and they give you hope, that's literally all that matters. And they made an entire episode for fans just to say that. And, like, I think that's incredible that they would reach out to us like that.
There always has to be a self-insert princess.
Yes. Yeah, like...
I have to admit, Cerise is a self-insert, mostly. But, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. She's an OC, but she's also kind of a self-insert. So, I both laughed and hugged at myself for that.
There's nothing wrong with having OCs and for, you know, putting your own creative elements into it too. And I think it's also cool that they support OCs or, you know, creative content, whatever it is. And the fact that they're letting us, like, you know, go on Redbubble and sell their characters because they're like, we want to buy this stuff too.
Yeah, the fact
it's like there's no merchandise, so
they actually
seriously
do the
like Kira's giant Lord.
Yeah.
Cube, you're breaking up there a little.
Oh yeah, everyone started sounding all cyborgy.
Oh yeah,
they are your robot overlords.
Oh jeez.
Don't worry, gato, Mr. Robot.
Yes.
Wait, did you just say Mr. Robotnik?
Don't worry, gato, Mr. Robot.
Pingus.
I heard Robotnik.
Alright, but I started saying...
I just quoted a game I've never played.
And I got sad.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
Sorry.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Scrooge, can you use any of this?
But yeah, like, adding on to the topic of, like, acceptance, if I may, this is a bit of a confession. I was dead set on avoiding social media for, like, ever, because I had heard so many horror stories about, like, the social justice warrior community, especially on Tumblr, and, like, I was like, nah, I don't want to deal with this. If you want to accept others, fine, but, like, this is not the way you go about it. But, of course, Wander Over Yonder was at risk of being canceled. It's possibly being canceled right now, so, started that up on social media, and, like, seeing how the fans interact with each other and how they interact with, like, the creators of the show, the people who work on the show, I'm like, this is how you do it. This is how you kind of, like, spread acceptance of, like, other cultures and identities. It's not, like, through hating on others that, like, may have been part of a group that oppressed a certain group in the past. It's about, like, just general acceptance, and I feel like Wander is one of the best sort of platforms to kind of promote that and, like, show how it's done, So, like, it's not an uncomfortable experience. You're not encountering people who are, like, super mean and aggressive and, like, no, you're being politically incorrect, this is how it's done. They're a lot more tolerant here, and I really appreciate that. Like, I feel safe, and I feel like a lot of people joining can also feel safe too, So, that's my 2 cents.
Yes. Your 2 cents has been added to the Save Wander Over Yonder fund.
Oh,
I would like you to know.
an additional 5,000, if I may?
Can I have my entire savings account?
Yeah, can I just put in my whole life savings?
I'm just gonna throw myself into the account.
Oh goodness, don't do that.
I will
So
There's
convert
only one
myself
Scrooge in
into
this
money.
group, and I have no idea if she's still listening.
should the mods all talk about their experiences with Wander Over Yonder and, like, how we came to, like, be here?
Ah, yes. We
'Cause
shall.
that would be kind of cool to just, like, talk about it.
Yeah, we can
There
go
is
in
an
the same
interview.
order as introductions.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
that'll go smoothly.
actually,
Well,
I
oh,
have a little
joy.
list.
Remember.
that sounds like a good idea. Okay. So everybody's going to share their own personal piece or what they liked about Wander Over Yonder. And no, I'm not dead. Probably not going to be saying much since the mic is really in you guys' court.
Thank goodness. I hate it when people die on the stream.
What?
Nothing.
Seems
What?
like someone has personal experience with this before.
Oh lordy.
She is very mysterious.
I want to talk to the police about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, Wander, your turn.
Anyways, do I start?
Yeah,
Tell us your story.
Oh my
Tell
god.
us your thrilling backstory.
Okay, it was a dark and stormy night, and no, I'm just kidding. I was a huge fan, still am, of Steven Universe. It was on hiatus, like always, and I was like, well, shoot, I have nothing else to watch, because Gravity Falls was on hiatus too at the time, I believe. When was this? It was a couple years ago. Well, the show's a couple years. Anyway, it was at a certain time, and, like, I had heard of a couple shows. One of them was Star vs. the Forces of Evil, which was, like, a popular one, and all the fans were saying, oh, it's so good, it's so good. And the other one was Wander Over Yonder, which I heard literally nothing about, but I knew it was made by Craig McCracken and Lauren Frost, who, as I mentioned before, are major influences to me. So I went on Kiss Cartoon, I, like, saw an episode, and for the first time in years, I was pulled in at, like, the first few frames of the intro, just, like, how well it was animated, and, like, it was kind of like the cartoonime aesthetic, where it's, like, an animation of cartoons with, like, the sort of coloring style of, like, anime, And I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful, I'm in love, and I saw the first episode and I was in love, and it was so cute, and puppy, and friendship, and birds and flowers, and all that. So I started watching it with my mom, and because she was new, I re-saw the thing. Then my friends were like, well, not really my friends were curious, but I bugged them about it, so we watched that again together, and, it just came at, like, a really, really good time where, like, school and, like, personal issues and stuff were stressing me out and everything, and Wander kind of taught positivity, just kind of lay back and take things as they come and just, like, keep an open and positive mind, and I think a lot of people can attest to, like, a similar story. So when I heard that Wander Over Yonder was being canceled, I was like, well, shoot, I mean, I can't let that happen. I kind of needed to cope with life right now. So I knew that the only way to, like, get information out fast was through social media, even though, like I said, I was super scared of, like, entering the world of social media and all that. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do it. So I started up a thing on Tumblr, I started up the page, and then I kind of mentioned it on DeviantArt, like, hey, there's this thing. I looked up all the petitions and, like, posted links. And then on the Twitter, I said, hey, email me if you want to be a mod, because there was no way I was going to do that on my own, especially because I'm in senior year, but anyways. And I was surprised. I got a lot of love, and I got a lot of, like, reception really fast. I believe CP joined really quickly after me, because we were already fans of both Steven Universe and Wander Over Yonder, so we were just kind of like, let's do it. And yeah, the rest is kind of history, you know?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful story, Wander.
What a lovely story.
Bless.
Bravo. We should make it into an Oscar-winning movie.
Just don't cast
but can we
Leonardo
star another
DiCaprio.
girl as me? Because, like I said, I'm a turtle. I'm sorry.
We can still cast.
We all know how
can
racist the Oscars are. They would never give an award to a turtle.
Yeah.
No.
Oscars are racist against turtles.
Turtle.
Well, that's not true. I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja
Wait a second,
Turtles.
this is making me curious if any TMNT movies ever won an Oscar award now.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
I'm
honestly,
gonna
I
take
mean,
a guess
literally,
and say
that's
no.
the thing.
Probably not. The Academy's not really big into that kind of stuff.
So yeah, I guess the Academy really doesn't like turtles. Now do they?
CP, have you seen the 1990 movie?
Wander Over Yonder.
This has turned on you, Academy. Where's my Oscar? Where's my Oscar?
What a beautiful performance that was. Take a
So,
bow.
up
Like, I-
Modzilla out.
You could steal
Alright,
Hater's
so-
award.
Aw.
Moving
Steal
on.
Hater's Annie.
Do you want the Medal of Evil?
I mean,
Aw.
World's best villain.
Right, so who is up next for backstory? Mod Hater or Mod Peepers?
Hater is next on the list.
Hater,
What's the next
you're up.
one, right?
I've been a huge fan of Craig's forever, and my ex actually got me into Wander Over Yonder by showing me a clip from the picnic, and I literally immediately fell head over heels in love with Lord Hater because he was so much like Mojo Jojo, and Mojo Jojo is one of my absolute favorite villains of all time. And this was back before the first episode with Prince Kashmir aired, so I think that was like early 2014.
That's early.
Oh, wow.
I think it was early 2014, but this is back when you could post like Wander Over Yonder art and like the whole fandom was like 13 people in a shoelace.
I feel that on a spiritual level.
Adding some diversity into the fandom.
I was the shoelace.
Aw.
I think actually that the troll, where Casimir appeared, actually debuted in late 13, like late 2013.
All right, fine. It was a long time ago. This is back like when you could still get your hands on Craig McCracken's sketchbook.
I distant land.
Now, if you want to get Craig McCracken's sketchbook, you'll have to pay like $1,000 on eBay. But anyway, so I got into it way back then. I started watching a couple of the episodes. I was like, this show is really cool. It's cute. It's like fun. It's entertaining. It's you know, the animation is gorgeous. It has a great premise, blah, blah, blah. So I was a pretty leveled fan for it for a while. And then, I recently went through some pretty intense, stuff. I got out of, a really abusive relationship back in January, and it was an absolute godsend for me to have the Wander Over Yonder fandom in my life at that point. When I think it was right before My Fair Haiti aired was when all of us started communing again because they were releasing like little tiny previews of it and stuff, and everyone was all hyped and excited because oh my god, musical episode, because who doesn't love a musical episode? I mean, really.
Right?
So after that, my hair 80
It's the emergency from correct version of the episode.
English, I swear.
Lots of wigs and
That's
there's wind blowing everywhere, and it always gets into their mouths.
So My Fair Lady aired, and then the cancellation of the series was rumor at the time, because people were like, oh god, Lauren Foss talked about this at a Brony convention, and everyone was like, no, it's totally not true. They're not going to cancel Wander.
Denial.
A day later, they were like, ha, so guys, finger guns, we're going to cancel the show. And then that was when Mod Wander was like, hey, I need people to help me with this whole movement thing. And I was like, I jumped on that as fast as I could, because I was like, this show means so much to me, and there's amazing people through it. Like, seriously, like, Mod Wander, Peepers, CP, and Cube, they're such amazing people, and, you know, working together with them is like, I consider it a huge privilege, just to be able to hang out with them every day, and to be like, hey guys, stuff, let's do this, and they're always so, like, yeah, let's do it! I genuinely and honestly believe that if a different group of people were in charge of the Tumblr and everything, I don't think it would be nearly as successful as it is, because these people are so amazing and they work so well together. Like, they are just, I cannot sing their praises enough, because these people work their butts off. They are so... ruining me.
I need to request that singing in the background stays in the actual podcast. Guest star, Cube's roommate.
But luckily, because of Wander Over Yonder, I've met some of the most amazing people. For example, my buddy Benny. I met, the mods. I've got to meet Kira, who is one of my artistic inspirations, and Viv, who's another one of my artistic inspirations. I'm absolutely ecstatic about the fact that they both got into Wander Over Yonder as much as they did, because they've also been really helpful with spreading the word because of their big fan bases and everything. But, this show has done nothing but good for not only me, but for a lot of people, and it's so positive and happy, and it's really made me... Shut up, Toby.
I've been wondering what's been up with that.
I told you it's my dog.
Okay.
Anyway.
He's trying to emulate Sean Connery.
Captain Tim. Spoiler alert.
But Wander Over Yonder has helped me so much, because it's really given me hope for the future, and I've rediscovered my love of art and my love of becoming an animator and just pushing myself to, actually draw and finish art and pump it out as fast as possible. And I've grown so much as an artist because of this show, and I've really I've been blossoming as a person because of Wander Over Yonder coming, back into my life after the hiatus and everything. And I genuinely can't express in words how much the show means to me. Like, not just because of the show itself, but for everything it's also done for me. And again, these mods are amazing. They deserve so much credit.
As do you, Mod Hater.
Yeah, it's not, the fan boom was my idea.
It was.
Just throwing that.
And it was a great idea as well.
It was a fantastic idea.
Oh, you're saying that because it's true.
Peepers, you're up.
Peepers' turn.
Then, so I got into Wander Over Yonder. I was a big fan of Phineas before I found Wander Over Yonder. And one day when I was watching Disney XD, there was a promo on the television showing all of their current shows. And at the end of the promo, there was a little shot of Hater and Peepers from The Prisoner doing the "I'm watching you" signal. And as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, look at those characters. Those designs, there's something about them really speaks to me. So I was like, I need to find out about this show. So I sort of went on Wikipedia and the Disney XD page to see what programs are running, and I found Wander Over Yonder. Waiting for the next time for it to air an episode. I believe the first episodes I caught were The Hat and the Box. So Hater and Peepers weren't in there, but it was Wander and Sylvia. And straight into the intro, I was like, whoa, look at these visuals. Like, look at the colours. The characters are amazing. All the different characters dancing with Wander and such. And then we actually got into the episode, and I was just totally engrossed in it. I don't know. It just sort of spoke to me. It sent me to a happy place. I don't know, I can't explain it, but it was amazing, and I found myself wanting more. And I was just like, I need to find more episodes of this. So then I binge watched it, because I think there was a bit of a marathon going on at the time, because it was fairly new to the UK. So then after that, I went online to Kiss Cartoon, caught up on all the episodes. I think we were nearing the end of season 1 at that point, because in America they're a lot further ahead than here in the UK. So I watched all of the first season, and I was just, oh my gosh, this show has taken over my life. Forget Phineas and Ferb, forget anything else. This is the cartoon, I've grown up with loads of cartoons like Cartoon Network, Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Disney's Phineas and Ferb and stuff, but no, Wander Over Yonder took the cake for me, and it still does to this day now. It's the best cartoon I've ever seen, hands down, definitely. And so, I don't know, I was suffering with depression back when I first found her, and the shows, as I said, it sends me to a happy place, makes me feel more relaxed and helps with my anxiety issues, and I just think, I suffer anxiety, and I think Wanda's so friendly and always willing to help people and stuff, and I've sort of kind of adopted that way myself and aspire to be more like him, and because I work in retail at the moment, he's been a huge inspiration to me, because I'm yeah, exactly, retail, you have to be friendly.
Time, then.
But no, in work, our top motto is always help the customers. So, of course, Wanda's never hurts to help things here. So you've got customers like, can you help me get this item? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Anything else you want? Kind of thing. So, no, he's been a huge help as well. But so Wander Over Yonder has been an absolute life-changing cartoon for me. And I owe my life to the show for helping me out of such a depressive slump and stuff. And so, onto the cancellation now. Of course, there were rumours going around. And I was one of the people who were like, guys, I know people are saying it's been cancelled, but I'm not saying anything. I'm not listening to anything until they verify it. And then, literally, the next day, Craig was like, oh, yeah, it's cancelled. And I was like, no!
Yeah.
Sir Darth Vader's, no!
Such a heartbreak.
So, yeah, there we go. Thank you. So, I don't know. I was asleep at the time because, of course, time zones, and I just literally woke up randomly, went on Tumblr, and everyone was going, "Oh my God, Woy is cancelled! Oh no, oh no!" And I was like, "Oh my God, no, this can't be happening!" And then I want to give a shout out here to Tumblr user Kiddo Rider, my friend who I roleplay with on Tumblr. They sent me a message and said we need to start up a petition about Woy, sort of get this all going, get people involved. And so they tried to set it up. They tried their best, but for some reason it wouldn't let her. So she asked me to make the SaveWoy petition there. So I started up the petition on her behalf then, which is the one currently with 17,000 odd signatures. God, that's grown a lot. I remember when it was still like on the first 50 or so. So much easier to moderate all the comments back then compared to how many we have now. But,
right? Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so we started up the petition and I was like, okay, so lots of people are crying. I was going through the Wander Over Yonder tag, people were crying, people were screaming. I was like, okay, I saw one post on there, people saying we need to start a hashtag, something like SaveWoy, Save Wander Over Yonder. So
I didn't know that.
So I made a post on Tumblr then, basically trying to rally everyone, sort of like, come on guys, I know we're sad, I know we're upset, but let's do something. Yeah, let's save this great cartoon, let's do it. So I posted a thing saying, how about we all hashtag things with SaveWoy? And I just basically tried to rally people, and literally the notes exploded. I think it's got over 1,000 now, but during that night and throughout the day with the petition, because I linked to the petition as well, people flooded to it. And so from there then, it just grew and grew. And well, we've got loads of projects going on at the moment and stuff, but because of SaveWoy's helped me, not SaveWoy, because Wander Over Yonder's helped me. That's why I'm putting so much effort into SaveWoy to help the show as well, help Craig and the crew. And we've been doing such a good job so far as well, and I'm pretty certain that we will save the show. Very, very certain of it, actually. We just need to keep going. Don't give up, people, and stay positive, and we can do this. And that's
100% agree. Whenever you reach the top, you gotta keep climbing.
Exactly. And that's my story then.
That was a beautiful story.
How did I meet you?
That was cute.
I love you, Peepers.
Sorry if it was long. I love you too. I love you too, but I'll never admit it out loud.
Can we get a hashtag hug mod peepers going?
Oh yeah.
I'm all for that. Let's go for it.
Yay!
Instead of hashtag ship Peepers.
One at a time though, not please. No shipping.
Can we start
Are we not shipping mod peepers
SaveWoy
anymore?
Host Club?
Peepers Host Club? Is that what you just said?
Hashtag SaveWoy Host Club. With a special post that I made for the 16,000 signatures.
It was beautiful.
I will never forgive you for that, Cube. I will never forgive you.
I will.
Aw, thank you.
Perfectly timed.
Will.
Perfect. Alright.
Okay, I guess that's me, Mod Sylvia now. Also known as CP.
Hi.
I was always into cartoons as a kid, but I never had cable, of course. So it made it very difficult to watch a lot of shows that people talk about a lot now, like Powerpuff Girls, SpongeBob, like the classic cartoons I didn't really have when I was a kid. I had Sonic X.
Oh no.
It's a good show, I'll fight you.
I had Sonic X and like Viva Pinata and like Anything that's on like what was it?
Four
It was
Kids.
4Kids / Foxbox before 4Kids even. Like that was ages ago.
That's when the show aired.
The 2003 or 4 series of TMNT.
That
Which
was
is the best.
It was the best.
So much better than 2012.
I got back into cartoons after watching Over the Garden Wall, of course. And it just kind of grew from there into like Gravity Falls, to which Cube got me into Gravity Falls very late. Because you've been watching it for a while. And it was...
No, I only started watching Gravity Falls. I think I started it like the day after Northwest Mystery Manor aired.
Oh,
and then, of
wow.
course, like, so then I ended up binge watching it. And then 2 weeks after the Northwest Mystery Manor aired, Not What He Seems aired. And then it went on like the 6-month
Like
hiatus.
that really long hiatus that all the fans were crying over. And there were like hiatus memes. But Cube immediately contacted me after and was like, "You have to watch this show. It's incredible." And I was like, "I'm busy. I don't have time to watch this right now." And then I went abroad. And there was a point when I was abroad. I was like,
You were abroad when I got you into Gravity Falls.
yeah, I was abroad in Australia. And then I was like, you know what? Like, fine. I'll give it a chance. Like, sure. And I watched it. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then I binge watched that. And then I was ready to go home. And I was like, I need a new show. Like, I don't have anything. I don't have social media at all. I don't have a Tumblr, even though I like to browse. And Cube, I forget if it was you or me that was like, Wander Over Yonder seems like a really interesting show. It seems very cute.
Yeah, I forget which one of us brought it up, because I remember we were just talking one day about like a new cartoon that we could start, and one of us was like, oh yeah, like I've heard of a few good shows that people have been talking about, this, like I think there's one called like Wander Over Yonder, and then we were like both of us were like, oh yeah, I think we've heard someone say some stuff about Wander Over Yonder.
I legit have no idea which of us suggested it first, though.
Me neither. All I know was that I literally knew nothing about it at the time, except that the main character wore a green hat and looked like a leprechaun. I had no idea what it was about at the time.
So that would have been 2000. This was like late spring of 2015 when I got back home, and. Yep.
We didn't start watching Wander Over Yonder until like late July, early August.
No, it was definitely before that.
No, it was around that, because then it was only like a few weeks after we got into it that you had to go off to college again.
Yeah.
You
have a better memory of this stuff than I do, anyways. But
can I say?
So, of course, I forget when it exactly was, but it was late at night, and I was like, okay, like, time to do this. Brought the laptop down into the cold basement with nothing but, like, 3 lawn chairs and a TV, because it's a very well-furnished basement. And I plugged in my
it's our rec room.
Huh?
I was so pissed when one of my high school friends insulted Emily about the rec room.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go on.
It's off topic, young lady.
Yeah, that's off topic. I'm sorry.
I plug in the HDMI cable, and we're watching it, and the music starts up, and I was like, I am filled with so much happiness. This is amazing. Like, I instantly fell in love with the show because it starts off so positive and so amazing. And then I went back to college, continued watching, and it was great. I remember being very hyped for the musical episode. Then I remember the Laura Foss post going around talking about, she claimed that Woy was canceled. And I specifically remember reposting that, being like, guys, there hasn't been anything official, so just calm down, because I'm sure they'll get a post out saying if it's true or not. No reason to freak out. This isn't an official post. Next day, it's canceled, and like all of Tumblr was burning down. And the fandom was going crazy. And I just sat there watching the wreckage, like, dying inside, being like, no, we can't. Like, this can't be happening right now. There's no possible way. And I remember that I wanted to help really badly save the show, but I didn't have time because it was a very busy time in my life. It's always a very busy time in my life, but I was working on like 2 theater shows along with college courses, and I sat there thinking, no, CP, don't, like, you have so much on your plate already. You're gonna add more. Like, don't, like, stay out of it. And then literally probably 5 minutes later, I sent an ask me like, hey, do you need help?
Never hurts to help.
Never hurts to help.
I was like, for sure.
Of course, my idea was getting a Twitter page because from my view, it was the more platforms and the more people helping, the more the word can get around to be like, hey, look at this show. We kind of need help. It's fantastic. Join the fan base, why don't you? Yeah. My story is not quite as exciting or entertaining. I probably could have put more...
It was still beautiful.
I could have put more effort into it.
Dude, you know what we could do with all of our stories? We could take them all... Well, no, we could have it be like a Les Mis story where there's all the separate stories and they all converge into one giant musical number.
I'm gonna say no, because all the characters die in Les Mis.
Well, no, this will be like the happy Disney ending. And by happy Disney ending, I mean the one where Disney says, hey, let's bring it back. And then everyone rejoices.
Perfect world begins with us.
Oh my goodness.
Yes!
Oh man, so is it my turn?
I guess so. Our stories were basically intertwined anyway.
Yeah, mostly at the beginning. So yeah, like CP said, I started getting back into cartoons with Over the Garden Wall as well, then Gravity Falls, and then over the summer we were both bored one day and we were like, we should try to watch a new show, and somehow Wander Over Yonder was brought up. So CP plugs in her laptop to the TV down in the cold basement.
So cold, Jack.
It's so cold, Jack. We had blankets down there. It's at least better in the summer than it is during the winter. Anyways, and literally, like, I had no idea what to expect. But then the opening number starts up, and there's that first note with like, what? Like, once the song started, I literally just, in my chair, I was just like, yo! Because, like, it was amazing. It was just all, like, within 2 seconds, I decided that it was the most adorable thing I'd ever seen. I was already so happy. Also, fun fact, the first episode that CP and I watched was The Picnic, and I automatically related to Hater because of the thing with the picnic basket when Wander's trying to open it.
The latch.
Because basically, I was watching him, like, struggle to open it. I'm like, there's a little hook on the side. Just undo the hook. And then, of course, it immediately goes to Hater. The latch. Undo the latch.
Wait, but also at that point, we looked at Commander Peepers, and I was like, he's gonna be the big bad villain by the end. He's gonna be the real evil.
Yeah, like,
of course, that didn't follow through.
I remember I turned to CP and I was just like, dude, I think what's gonna happen is I think that little guy, bad guy of the series. So, you know, if anyone wants an AU idea for Wander Over Yonder, there you go.
Yeah, Commander Peeper just off the bat gets unlimited power.
Yep. So, in any case,
cut out for a second there.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
When you were saying the little guy's going to become the big bad, or...
Oh, yeah, that's basically all that there was. I mean, if anyone wants an AU idea, there you go.
Or you and your AUs.
Not much to it. Oh my. So, in any case, that's how I got into Wander Over Yonder, and it was just a really happy show. Like, for me, I don't know, like, now I need to figure out how to talk. Like, it's one of those shows that inspires you both as an artist and as a person. And that's really what Wander Over Yonder did to me. Like, not only did it help me, like, start a completely new drawing style where I was a lot more free with it, but also I was like, oh man, today I'm gonna, like, just try to help someone out, and it'll be great. Also, I'm in Italy right now, studying abroad. I go back to the States next week. And Wander Over Yonder is part of what convinced me to study abroad. Because I was like, you know what? I want to travel and see stuff. I'm going to study abroad. So then, fast forward to March, when the rumors started going around that Wander Over Yonder would be canceled. Like, I was like, oh man, if it is getting canceled, then like, what are we going to do? But I really shouldn't listen to these rumors right now because they're just rumors at this point. And the next morning I wake up, and of course with the time difference, like everyone else in the States is awake and talking about it, but I just woke up and I was like, oh man, it's a new day. I'm gonna check Tumblr to see what people are up to. And I go online and everything is on fire. It's crazy.
That's an accurate way to put it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So, like, that was one day, that was one way to start off the day. I just went on to Tumblr and everyone was like, the show's canceled, it's been confirmed. And I was like, no, why? And then I stayed in bed for like 2 hours just looking at stuff in the Wander Over Yonder tag, and then I signed the 2 petitions. And the one that Peepers set up, by that point, by the time I signed it, it had like 200 signatures, I think, at that point. Yeah. And then Mod Wander set up the blog and was asking for mods. And I've never had any experience as a blog moderator before. And, like, I'm not popular at all on Tumblr. Like, I have a bit over 100 followers, and about half of them are bots. That's just how it works,
we
you
all
know?
have that problem.
Yeah. But then I was messaging CP, and I was just like, dude, like, I know that I'm in Italy right now, and I have a lot of work to do, and I, like, want to go out and see stuff, but, like, I at least want to try to, like, help out with this in some way. And then CP messages me back, dude, I literally just sent in a message offering to set up a Twitter account. And I was like, well, I'm in. And then I sent in an email. I was like,
for the Twitter. Because, like, I'm totally ignorant to social media, like I said, and, like, you know, I don't know crap about Twitter. I only know kind of stuff about Tumblr.
Yeah, just on that, a quick note, the Twitter page is at SaveWoy. If you do have a Twitter, you can go check it out, retweet all the stuff that we have, be supportive.
I'd also like to throw out that Frank is following us on Twitter.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was the best day of my life.
That was an amazing day.
that was a good day.
Good day to be alive.
Any more
Alright.
to your story?
Well, then I ended up flying back to America. I went to California on a flying tiger. That
This doesn't seem accurate.
And I said, you should bring back Save Wander Over Yonder. And they were like, what are you going to do? Threaten us with that tiger? And I was like, no, I'm going to be so nice to you that you're going to bring it back. And they were like, oh man, you fooled us. And then they brought back the show and everyone lived happily ever after.
Just don't bring a tiger back to the house.
By the way, she
Storytelling
traveled down
skills.
to do the podcast, so that's why you don't know about this yet.
Hey?
That is
So,
the end of
that's
the story.
That's the end of your story.
Yep.
Who is then me?
Yep, Cerise.
Cerise.
Yep.
Tell us your tale.
I'm gonna warn you. I have been in the fandom actually before it even aired, so it's going to be long and it's going to be very, very not as fun as your story, but I'll try to make it fun.
At least it'll be different. I think
So-
all of us were like, I was through a rough time and it came and I was like, yo! So,
For CP and I, it was literally just that we were bored.
The most intricate of all stories.
Well, I had
I'm
nothing
Danish, so
That's how Bilbo started his story.
Ah, true.
Not even true.
let me start. Let's just
Cerise,
start
go
this.
for
It's going to be. I think it's going to be a little longer than the story.
go for it.
Okay, so this started way back when I was still super active on DeviantArt. I follow this artist called Kendra, which I'm pretty sure you know if you know bits and pop. There's a huge chances you know them too. And I saw that they drew this character who was a certain little orange fuzzball with a big green hat. And then I remember, oh, I saw somebody draw a comic of this guy. is he something that's going to happen soon? And then I look at the description and I see, OMG, crack McCracken, my childhood idol is going to make a new cartoon. Oh my goodness. And then I look up on YouTube and I see like the promotions and I'm like, I'm going to watch this show when it comes out. And at this time in my life, I was not very popular as an artist. I was in a very dull and very boring place in my life. Of course, 2013 was not very exciting. So aside from Wander Over Yonder airing, of course. But anyway, I literally counted the days for the sneak peek to come. Like, we all know the infamous sneak peek to the picnic. And somebody had uploaded it on YouTube, and I watched it there. And from start to finish, I loved it. I loved the animation, the voice acting. I was pretty excited to find out that the voice of Victor Felix Jr. was the voice of the lead character.
Yes, that made me so happy.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, just a little fun fact. For the longest time, I thought that the voice, I thought that it was actually April Winchell who voiced Calhoun, because I thought they sounded similar. But then I found out, oh no, wait, that was Jane Lynch. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I'm stupid.
You sinner, how could you?
Anyways, at the time, I did not have a Tumblr. I had been tempted to join Tumblr several times, but I had no idea how to work Tumblr, so I have a ghost account somewhere that I don't use yet. So I started watching the show. Of course, like many other people, I had to wait for the episodes to air and then go on, the internet. About at the time that The Fugitives or The Egg aired, I was like, I love this show so much, I have a feeling I'm going to join a fandom, for real this time. And here's a fun thing. At the time, I told myself, I think I'm going to develop a crush on Wander. I am just going to keep that for myself and not make an OC. Guess what happened? I made an OC. I'm very happy that I did, because thanks to Cerise, who is my OC, I have grown as an artist, at least. I've grown in popularity as an artist. It's the first time that people have actually recognized it because of a character that I made. But I should not go into dramatic detail about Cerise, because this is about the show, and the show is very important. So I joined Tumblr with an ass blog that went nowhere, which is by now just my main blog, which of course I use to mainly upload voice stuff on. I have pretty much been in the fandom ever since the beginning. I have witnessed all the greatness. I have witnessed all the weird, it's a really fun time to be around this fandom. And of course, now actually feeling validated as an artist, actually feeling appreciated, and actually realizing that people like what I do, it just changed my life so much. It made me feel more confident, made me feel more, secure, but at the same time, with every OC that becomes popular, they also get a few haters, and I have experienced haters, but they have been few. Anyways, back to the show. The show pretty much came on at a time where I had no idea what to do with myself. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, besides, wanting to take on an education that I sadly didn't qualify for because of my autism. So I kept watching, I kept making amazing friends, I kept feeling so happy that I had this thing that actually gave me an event to look forward to. And I can't describe how much the show has given me. It has helped me explore and realize so many parts about myself that I don't think I want to say them all, because I'm sure it would flood this entire podcast, and I don't want to take time.
So realistic.
I did start practicing storyboarding because of the show.
I have to concur with that, though, because Wander Over Yonder has also pushed me to start animating my own stuff and start doing storyboards of my own stuff. So I also have to concur with that. That's really inspiring.
I want to start practicing storyboarding, which also led to me starting the voice animation blog, which I run, and which Dave followed. Hello, Dave. You're awesome, by the way. Anyways, let's fast forward a bit here. The whole rumor thing about the cancellation is going about. I am trying my hardest to tell myself that this is just a rumor. It won't happen, right? Keep in mind, this show has been my life ever since the middle of 2013. And
of course, the next day, Craig announced that the show was in fact getting canceled. I can't remember any point in my life where I felt so devastated as that moment. I was crying, I was shaking, I was sitting in bed, I was covered in, of course, blankets and pillows, but I was freezing like crazy. And this went on for the entire day. I was crying. I felt like I was witnessing the death of a beloved family member. And of course, my mom, being the awesome mom that she is, she was supportive of me. She said, "Oh my goodness, honey, it's so terrible. I'm sorry." And she is still very supportive of me now that I've joined the cause. And I don't think I would have been able to keep it together as much had it not been for my friend Christina, who is the mod for the Lord Dominator blog. She's awesome, by the way. Anyways, I found out about the campaign. I'm like, I'm gonna do my best to support this. I tried to join the group, but I had no idea how the whole thing started. I'm very sorry. Did someone sneeze?
No, I went because I wanted to see that you were still there.
I'm there. I'm here.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
It's still kind of...
The audio
It started
quality
getting
is
really. It started getting really crackly around the point when you were talking about being friends with the Lord Dominator mod. I'm really sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's because I'm out in the forest and I'm on forward internet connection.
You're out in the forest? What?
Yeah, I'm on vacation.
¿Por qué?
Forest. Not the terrible Japanese whitewashing movie. I'm just out in my family's cabin.
Just don't get cabin fever and try to, like, kill your family or something.
Oh my god.
I hate it when people kill their families in stream.
Oh my. No. Can you hear me now? Am I still crackly?
Yes, very much so, unfortunately.
I'm just out in my family's cabin and we're on vacation. Nobody's been killed, I hope.
If so, then we'd have a serious problem.
Yeah, because I can't drive a car, so.
I'm hungry.
I would have nowhere to go. Is the audio still an issue?
Seems to be okay right now.
I found out about the campaign after, of course, the Lord Dominator after they comfort me and stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna join this and I'm gonna be super supportive. And then I tried joining the group, but I didn't know how the whole thing worked, so I couldn't join. I'm sorry. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna be a super supportive sideliner or ally or something. So I make art, I promote, and I take commissions or not. No, I pay for commissions. Shout out to my man Sam, who made that really awesome Wander Over Yonder poster. Anyways, Project Dendo, I think it's how to pronounce. Anyways, and then of course after a good while of supporting, I come across Scrooge's channel, and of course I'm like, oh, this girl is so awesome. She's making all this cool Wander stuff, and I watch all of her videos, and I see she has a Tumblr, and I'm like, I'm gonna just meekly say hi. And of course you responded. And then I found out that you actually know about me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this really talented person knows about me, oh my god! And then you talk about wanting to invite us onto a podcast, and like, hey, I can talk to the mods. I'm like on friendly vibes with peepers, and I've talked to Hader. I haven't talked to Wander at this point, I think. I'm sorry, Wander.
I think you're alright.
Also, I'm cool with Cube. Cube is awesome.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Cerise, listen to me, Cerise.
I'm listening.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh my goodness. I feel blessed.
There's a reason why I asked you to help with my thing.
Wait, you did?
Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm the reason why this went so smoothly. Like, the whole, oh hey, let's do a podcast thing. And then the video you made, Scrooge, where you said, I reached out to Cerise, and like, dude, I was the one who reached out to you, giving you the courage to reach out to me and the mom.
Okay, I'm sorry I didn't phrase that as well as what I... Yeah, just
it's okay.
This wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Cerise right here, because I am a very timid person. I'm a coward.
Oh.
Hey. I'm timid too. I'm just maybe less timid than you are.
I feel like
But yeah.
really neat things about Wander is how it kind of encourages people to step out of their comfort zones too, because that's what I kind of noticed in all of your stories is like, oh, I was encouraged to study abroad, or I was encouraged to speak out more. In my case, I was encouraged to like use social media, try to spread the word, you know? So that's a bonus. Don't know another show that really does that, at least in my case.
Wander Over Yonder inspired.
Such a good show. So what now?
Yeah.
Well, now we all need to mount our tigers and fly over to California.
But no, like, is there anyone else? Because, like, that was 6, right?
Yeah, that was everyone's story.
Oh, alright. Let's talk favorite characters. I don't know.
What? Favorite characters?
Everyone!
Can we talk about how Sylvia doesn't ever get enough credit?
Dude, Sylvia's like the perfect female character, and I don't understand why she isn't more popular, especially on Tumblr, where they're like encouraging feminism and like female power and stuff like that. Sylvia's just like a perfect, well-rounded character. I mean, she's cool, but she's not the stereotypical like, oh, badass, or she's not just the girl. She's also emotional, she's loyal, she's smart, she's loyal. Anyways, and like, you know, I don't know, I feel like she's a seriously underrated character.
I wish
I love
Sylvia had the popularity level of Lord Dominator, because I kind of feel like Lord Dominator is a bit overrated by now, because so many people join the show because of her. I should be thankful, of course, but so many people seem to, I don't know, prioritize Lord Dominator to a certain point.
Yeah.
And like, Sylvia's so much better than her. She's awesome, and she's the first, literally the first female alien I've ever seen who's not humanoid.
It's like Undertale. You guys know about the Undertale fandom? Because like everyone's doing fan art of Sans, and like Sans this, Sans that, and it's like there's other characters and like more depth to like the thing, and I don't want this to be just Metaton's my son. Metaton and Emperor Awesome are just my children, okay? I'm a now that like
dude, I want Emperor Awesome to have Metaton's legs.
Oh, I know, right? He already does.
No, Awesome
like
doesn't
so
need that
hot.
sort of power.
He has good thighs.
Like so hot. Fine.
I've already told the mods this. This is another confession time. I've already told them this, but like I ship Emperor Awesome.
Okay, someone is dying right now.
I want them to fight with, you know?
Who's dying?
Wait, hold on. You ship Emperor Awesome and who?
I ship Emperor Awesome and Peepers in a I want them to fight way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, I
yes,
just want
you
them to
have
straight
to
up beat
Is
each
that
other
you?
up in an episode. Yeah, and Frank Agones, like he I think someone asked him like who would win an arm wrestling match, and like Peepers beats him with like angles and whatever, and I'm like,
Yes.
have them fight. I want them to fight.
Well,
Oh.
if you remember the last time they fought, Awesome picked him up and
I
turned
don't
him
care.
into
I want a rematch.
rematch.
Alright.
Yeah,
Season
rematch.
3, is that what we need in season 3?
At
A match
Death Battle,
between
at Death
Peepers
Battle,
and
when?
Awesome. Peepers Awesome match off.
Alright. So here's my take on Emperor Awesome and Peepers. Somebody a few weeks ago sent Dave an ask saying like, I want to hit Emperor Awesome with a rolled up newspaper and scold him. And Dave said, do you want to end up in his hot tub? Because that is how you end up in his hot tub.
Oh my god.
And I saw that, and I thought, the cool guy could have ended in a very different way.
Oh.
Like, all I can picture is, Peepers does his whole monologue about, Emperor Awesome not being a cool guy, and then there's just a shot of them just, like, looking at each other, and then it immediately cuts to both of them in the hot tub.
I can't help but think of SpongeBob. Get in the tub. Get in the tub.
Get in the van, we're going shopping.
To be fair, some of the asks that Frank has received, he's pretty much confirmed that Emperor Awesome is a non-bisexual. So it's not beyond reason that Awesome.
No, I don't want to talk about it. I just want them to fight.
Can we talk about my newfound theory with Emperor Awesome and Lord Hater?
Oh no!
Yes.
No!
Because
No, is it really sinful? If it's really sinful,
No,
I don't want
no.
to
It's not
accept it.
sinful.
It's not sinful.
It's just Cube's brain working.
Yeah.
Oh no,
So,
that's I'm even more
so-
scared now.
This was inspired by another ask to Dave, where someone asked about like does he still behave like a shark or something along those lines, and Dave let out his theory that Emperor Awesome has kids somewhere, and of course there's still all the theories going around, much bigger, about Lord Hader, because if we never get a season 3, which, I mean, I really hope that we do, but if we don't, then we won't see his backstory. So everyone is trying to think of what Lord Hader is, where he's from, if he's the monkey.
Great meme, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that meme.
And I was just like, wait a second. If Emperor Awesome has children somewhere, and we don't know who Hader's parents are.
Oh lord.
And it led to this whole thing. Like, I ended up somehow bringing it up on the mod chat, and everyone was like, Cube, why?
What have you done? I'm glad I wasn't there for that. Oh my god.
It was...
And I thought the Lord Dominator being Wander and Lord Hater's kid theory was odd.
I feel like that's more of a-
I remember that one.
There's theories.
That's just a theory.
And other times they're just plain shit.
There's some bad typing going on in someone's end.
Stop typing!
Okay, can I talk about my favorite character now?
Yeah,
Yes.
talk about your favorite character.
Do it.
It's of course Wander. Wander
Yeah,
is-
do it.
I've always had a soft spot for sweetheart characters, where everybody else is like, I love the villain. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? It's cinnamon roll. And I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I have a very reluctant crush on Wander. I'm not even gonna hide that. I'm very attracted to his character and his personality, and just how adorable he is. And it might have also led to me having a even more reluctant crush on his voice actor. I'm like, no. He's older than me, way too old. But yeah, I just loved how, despite Wander fitting the category of perfectly optimistic little helper guy character, he's still way more than that. He's smarter, he's unstable, he has issues. I remember the first post that Crick McCracken liked, that was mine, was me talking about noticing like small pauses what my Wander makes when he's like talking to a villain and he's playing the dumb guy, you know. Sorry, I'm shaking right now. I'm like, hey, Wander. Now, when Wander talks to the watchdogs about going to the fair in the greatest, he has this little pause and he looks at them and he's like, yes, I got their attention. Like, he's literally able to manipulate his opponents into believing that, well, he's the dumb guy and he's the dumb little optimistic smiley face guy, and whatever he tried to manipulate them into thinking or doing was their own idea or their own doing. Also, of course, I think it was either Dave or Frank that confirmed that they were actually inspired to do the whole Wander picking of his hair when he's stressing from actual symptoms from OCD, of OCD. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic, I don't know what's going on. It's just really hard for me to describe how great Wander is. He's just so sweet and lovable and nice and calming. I just love Wander so much. I love all the crazy ships. Well, I don't love all of them. I tolerate most of them. I just love how people can ship Wander with everything. I've seen an artist who ships him with Sonic the Hedgehog.
That was me.
What? Did someone just say? Who just said that?
It was me, Dio. I'm just kidding.
So no. But that is
the type of person to do that, but I unfortunately did do that.
It's called the shit posting type of person.
I think I actually saw it might have been a different fan art, but I did see fan art of someone shipping Wander with Sonic, and I remember I went onto the mod chat and I was like, guys, guess what? It's finally happened. Wander has been shipped with Sonic. We are in the clear. This in terms of how fandoms go, your fandom is not officially recognized until one of the characters has been shipped with a Sonic the Hedgehog character.
Yeah.
I apologize to everyone for my next shitpost.
Yes, do it, TP.
But I think that's the great part of Wander's character, is that he's such a bubbly, happy character. And the point of his character is that he sees the good in everyone, and that no matter what, there always is good. And you see it time and time again throughout the entire series. And that's what makes the relationship between Dominator and Wander interesting, is because Dominator is his foil. It's not because she's more powerful or anything. It's because while he cares and gives all of this love to the world, she cares in, destroying planets. And is it apathetic? I think that's the correct word.
Apathetic.
Yeah, and she's extremely apathetic, where he's very empathetic. It's great to see a character like his meet a brick wall sometimes, because he's the main character. Obviously, he's kind of the title character.
He is the holder of the sacred plot armor.
So it's very interesting to see characters like that in other shows where they would have been like maybe the secondary character that can do no wrong, and he's a very bubbly, positive character that can do wrong and that does have faults, and it's nice to see because it makes his character relatable and realistic, where other characters with similar traits might not be.
I feel like part of what it does is that it, by showing that Wander is not perfect, it makes it seem like I can be that positive. I can be that good person. Where like with a lot of other characters where they're incredibly happy, nice, like it seems like something unworldly, like it's something impossible, and it's clearly fictional, like there is nobody like that. And then with Wander, it's like, but there could be people like that, because he's not perfect, but he tries his best.
Sorry that this went into like character analysis.
Dude, I'm not sorry. I will character analyze anything.
Little thing I wanted to add before, the one problem I have with Wander is that he's much more appealing when it comes to gay ships and less appealing when it comes to hetero ships, which sucks for me because I ship him with a female character or a character who identifies as female.
I don't know, for me, like I'm definitely one of those losers that ships Skeleton Dance, but for me,
I respect
definitely
that. All power to you, bro. All power to you, bro. I respect it.
Me.
You want to talk?
Don't let her talk. She's gonna take over the entire
I might be wrong, but I think Hater wants to talk.
I was just gonna say really quickly that Wander wants to be friends with everyone first, and that's all that matters. And anything beyond that is it's up in the air. Friendship first. And then after that, anything is game. Okay, Hater, go.
Yay.
No, what have you done?
Before, Hater, if it's okay with you, can I say something real quick about Skeleton Dance? Don't worry, it's not negative. I respect Skeleton Dance shippers and Skeleton Dance in general, but I kind of feel that Skeleton Dance shippers are starting to promote the show a little bit too much on this ship alone. That's just a personal opinion of mine.
I thought you were going to talk about the kinky side.
No,
Jesus Christ.
This is a podcast for children.
Mod Wander, you shut your mouth.
I am going to say something right now. Headcanon Hive can get a bit raunchy sometimes, and I have had people cuss a couple of times. This will be general audiences, but yeah.
Try to keep it appropriate, but if it gets out of hand, it's gotten out of hand before.
I enjoy the kinky Skeleton Dance stuff, if it's done by Nethervane or Maria Ruda when she was still into boy.
I'm sorry.
That's all. You guys can talk now.
I guess adding on to the comment about like the different characters.
Who's singing?
You can be heard from here, person.
Is that Cube's roommate?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's someone on Cerise's end then.
My goodness.
Anyways.
That voice.
I am also infatuated with, like, characters that can stay positive no matter what. As much as I love Gravity Falls, I wasn't the biggest fan of Mabel, but before you crucify me, Kirby and are, like, my idols, and I just love them so much. But when Wander came around, what interested me is clearly an adult, and I didn't, like, find this out later, and so Craig had been talking about it for a while, and like I also kind of figured it out on my own. It's that he's already seen the worst side of humanity or alien kind or whatever, unlike, you know, Kirby and Steven. And he has been challenged, but like despite those challenges, he still tries his best to be as positive as possible and help as many people as possible. And like the writers of the show are very good at showing that, like, while it takes a lot of sacrifice and involves a lot of discipline, it involves like a lot of patience, and I really the show kind of shows the side of it that's like, no, it's worth it in the end if you choose to lead that.
Someday I'll be a little bit more ever gonna be is me.
And then
I'm back. Hi.
You were the one that was singing.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It was
Thank you.
beautiful.
I did not know you could hear me. I'm sorry.
I was trying to
leaving it in.
warn you, but yeah. So for me personally, Peepers was the most, I don't want to say relatable, but Steven Universe. My favorite character is Steven, but like my favorite gem, like my favorite true blue gem is Pearl, because she's such like a complex character, and like her relationship with Rose and all that, like I want to know more about her, and Peepers seems to have the same kind of dynamic with other characters, where like he's very salty, but at the same time there's like the side to him that's nurturing when need be, and like, you know, let's keep our cool, let's think about this, and you know, I don't know, I just really admire that. And the characters in general I just love, and I could go on for years about Emperor Awesome, because I also love the characters that are like really flashy and loud and, you know, want to party and have fun, and they climb a lot of...
Because that's what you are, Wander.
Yeah, pretty much.
Call out post.
Yeah, but... yeah, I don't know. I just love everybody. So when you say like, what's your favorite character, it's kind of hard to like just kind of think that up on the fly, because there are a lot of really likable, enjoyable characters, you know. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
That was a beautiful 2
Oh,
cents,
Dominator.
and it has been added to the SaveWoy fund.
Yeah.
Go on with Dominator.
Dominator, my first impression of her was like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. She's gonna, like, be the femme fatale that kind of dupes Hater, because you could tell right away her design was clearly similar to Hater's, and she was meant to supersede him in every way, or whatever the term is. But I like the twist they went with it, that, like, how do I put this? It's wrong to associate a gender with, like, their gender roles. Even Wander was at fault for this, like, assuming that just because she was a girl and looked similar to Hater that, like, she was gonna get with him. Even he was at fault for that, and it's not necessarily because he's sexist or anything, it's because that's a thing that's embedded in society in general. Like, yeah, we may all want equality and whatever, but we're all gonna have our biases, whether or not we think about it. And,
Oh, hi, Toby.
yeah, and I like
the dog.
I like that the
Dog.
writers like, tackled that, like, you know, don't like just be so quick to associate someone with like their role in society, because they could turn out to be completely different. And while Dominator isn't the most original character that I've seen ever, I like that they went that route with her. Even though I know a lot of people were frustrated with the Hater arc, like, when will he get back to his old self already? I feel like the shtick's been done a billion times, but like, I don't think people stopped and appreciated that aspect of the writing.
Yeah, I remember way back, like, when the whole arc just started and people were like, Wander is being sexist and stuff. They came up with a bunch of valid points, but I'm like, I just choose to see this as a character flaw and not a writing flaw.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
I actually got an ask about Wander supposedly being sexist there, and it just, I didn't interpret it as that whatsoever. Again, a good thing to bring up is just how strong a feminist icon Sylvia is.
oh, hell
You've
yeah.
got a character like that in
Yes!
this
Oh
show.
my god!
This show is egalitarian.
I would
And look
also,
at Princess Demira on top
Sylvia
of
for
that.
Galactic
Yes,
Ruler
Princess
2016.
Demira, best
I'd
Disney
also like to
princess.
point something out, if I may.
Alright, you may.
Thanks. I think Dave recently got an ask from someone, and they pointed out that the hat always gives you what you need and not necessarily what you want. And the hat is what provided Wander with the fruits basket in the first place. So, say they brought up the theory that maybe Wander needed to be rejected in order for his character arc to go through this.
Ooh, I don't think I saw that.
Maybe it was saying that Dominator needs vitamin C, or else she's gonna get scurvy.
Well, then
I mean,
the
the theory about Wander needing to be rejected for growth is more likely, but who knows? Maybe Dominator isn't eating all of her fruits and vitamin C,
Or her cheese. There was also a small selection of cheeses.
Ah, yes, of course.
That's interesting.
He
I
needs some
hadn't
dairy.
thought about that before. The hat did give him the fruit basket.
Yeah, that is true.
Going to have
And
to
a very
think about
catchy
this.
theme song to go along with it. Fruit basket!
Yes. Fruit basket.
Hey, watch the lava around the guava. I can never take that line seriously. I don't know why.
Something that I really appreciate about Wander Over Yonder that I also incorporate into the story that I'm writing for my webcomic is that you don't have to have a protagonist that's edgy and, like, grimdark and always, like, evil. You know, that kind of...
Wait,
I'm
so we
Batman.
don't need Shadow the Hedgehog everywhere?
I was just going to say that, CD.
I am sorry for the amount of hate that's gonna get.
But, you know, you don't have to be grimdark and edgy to be a really cool and good hero. And that's something that I really appreciate from this show, especially because Wander is so opposite of what you would expect from a show about
He's
space.
cute but badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh,
and I also really appreciate that even though he is eternally optimistic and everything, he does have character flaws, and they are immense.
Oh, yes.
And I really love how every single character in this is so multi-dimensional. Like, it's not just, you know, like even with Hater isn't just one-dimensional. Peepers has a lot of different sides to him and different, you know, things going on, and all the characters are just written so well. Like, you can't just get Wander and say, oh, he's just happy all the time, he's boring, because that's not the case.
There's an entire episode about how that's not the case.
Quite a few, actually.
Oh, yes.
Well,
I'm gonna sound super mean for saying this, but my favorite episodes are almost always the Wander torture episodes.
Well, I don't think that sounds me. I mean, there's definitely,
How dare you?
in terms of how stories go, you want to see the protagonist succeed after struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just how
The
stories
number one
work.
rule of Pixar. You admire a character for how much they try.
You admire for a character how much you've cried during a Pixar film.
Ah, shucks.
It's so true, though.
R.I.P. Bing Bong.
Eh?
I said R.I.P. Bing Bong.
Oh, I heard something completely different from Bing Bong.
I don't want to know.
He said Foster's. He's safe. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Craig invited him.
Yeah, he did. It was great. He gets to hang out with all the dudes there.
Favorite episodes?
It's going to end
It is the Headcanon Hive.
We could always just pass a short headcanon around.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
Let's go with that.
We'd like to see
I have
Oh,
a
but I have
headcanon.
so many headcanons.
Hater is a monkey, discuss.
Yes.
Let's all say one headcanon each, like in the order of which we were presented. So, Wander, you go first.
What?
One
Thank
headcanon each. Keep it short.
Oh,
Don't
no.
talk over each other.
Did you say for the character you represent?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That narrows my headcanons down quite a bit. That's good.
I know, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Scrooge.
Keepers and hater.
This is gonna be so much longer than we thought.
Oh, that's okay.
Maybe I should start.
Yeah.
Cerise is not canon, so I'm just gonna say, I had the whole Wander is immortal headcanon even before it got popular, so
Before it was cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hipster.
Hipster Wander, are you?
I also have the headcanon that he secretly wants a romantic life, but he's very insecure when it comes to romance that involves himself, so that's it. I'm a very hopeless romantic, okay? I like it when the little nice guy gets a really nice romantic interest, okay?
Aw.
There's a reason why all of my AUs have Wander and Cerise romance. I'm pathetic, okay?
It's fine.
I'm called the Romance Scrooge, and I have a series called The Shipping Corner. As soon as I saw your character, I was like, all over it, just, yes!
I made you ship Wander with someone, and thank you for the art, by the way. It made my day.
Aww.
Dude,
Thank you for your sketch. You made my day. Just
I made you too!
happy sounds.
And also thank you for all the criticism and constructive criticism you gave me. Seriously, Scrooge, you and me, we need to start talking more, especially over voicemail, because I think that we could have a whole party just talking about shipping. Party! Woo!
Yes!
Shit parties.
Okay.
Who else has
More
a
headcanons from
headcanon?
you guys.
headcanons.
Headcanons, please.
I'll go next. My headcanon for Cube is that after denouncing his status as a villain and finding his inner peace, he becomes a stand-up comedian, and he's really good at it.
Aw, that's real cute.
Yeah. And he's like
That's-
the best stand-up comedian, and then Wander and Sylvia would go to one of his shows, and they're amazed at how good he is, and he's great.
Speaking of stand-up comedians, can I say a joke? I want to say a joke.
Yeah, say a joke.
Sure, go ahead.
What do you call a group of religious horses?
I don't know, what do you call a group of religious horses?
A cult.
Frank
Yeah.
would be
Cerise,
so
I said
proud.
earlier
Or
that
Jake
I
would
loved
be so
you.
proud, dad jokes.
And now I take
Let me
it back.
Proud.
I knew it. I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Okay, more headcanons.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do pirates have issues with the alphabet?
Okay, back to headcanon.
No, I want to know.
Finish it. It's a joke.
Let's follow it. Yeah, finish it.
Why do pirates have issues with the alphabet?
I do not know. Why do
It's
pirates
hard
have issues
heading.
with the alphabet?
Because they think
Can't
there's
get the
7
argument.
C's.
Ah!
Dang it.
Hey, wait. What's a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
I
Arr.
think it's R, but his true love be the C.
Ah. That was clever. That was
Oh, yeah?
clever. That was so clever.
How do you rescue a drowning pirate?
I don't know.
Is this
Don't.
really happening?
It went from Headcanon
R.
Hive to Pun Haven.
Yes.
Okay.
It'd be more like
hey,
Pun
hater, any-
Cove, since it's pirates.
Hey, hater, any
Pun
headcanons about hater, possibly involving puns?
Sorry, I like pirates.
Pun Cove podcast.
You should start
Anyway.
that CP so that I can automatically
Or
not listen to
Punninator.
it ever.
Okay. More headcanons. We need to keep this on a somewhat linear path.
Sorry.
What's the fun in
Not
that,
gonna
though?
happen.
I had a small headcanon a while ago before it was kind of torn away of how Sylvia and Wander met, to which it was like after Ryder kind of ditches her and pretends to go into a black hole and basically frames whatever space police there are, like, to go after her. Her escape pod flies into a different galaxy, and she kind of is just stuck on a planet for a while, kind of just very sick and not very in good luck.
downstairs.
And then,
This universe is police, by the way. It sucks balls. They suck at that job.
but then basically that Wander comes along and is like, "Oh, I'll help." And she, of course, at first is very reluctant and is like, "Why are you here? Go away! I don't need your help." And then they become buds after some weeks of bonding.
They become butts. I'm sorry.
It was,
Buddies.
that headcanon was kind of taken away, but you know what? I don't mind because what they gave
Then
to
there's
us
also
is
that universe.
because what they gave to us is equally as interesting, personally, if not more so.
Though it's kind of sad. Craig said that if they ever made a movie, they would make it about how Wander and Sylvia met. And of course, because Disney are idiots and jerks, we got just this little short moment. But still, we got what we wanted. We found out how they met.
I have a head.
Okay, Disney, I'm sorry. You're not jerks and idiots. You just made a very poor decision. We all
Wander,
make poor
Wander
decisions.
seems to have a headcanon to share.
Wink, wink, nudge,
Lay it on
nudge,
us.
Jizzle, jizzle. Jizzle,
Say no
jizzle,
more, say no
jizzle,
more.
jizzle. So, I made this headcanon, like, a long while back. Well, not too long. It was around the point where everyone was starting to notice that, like, Peepers has an irrational attachment to Hater, and no one knew why. So my headcanon was that on his home planet, he was the son of, like, an important political figure, like an ambassador or something like that, and he had to kind of learn the ropes of political business. meeting up with different planets and deciding how to run their particular galaxy, but Peepers was really frustrated with it because he couldn't have his vision executed because all the different figures that had a say had different opinions on what should be done, and he saw like this perfect system on how things could work. So one day he meets Hater, and through Hater he kind of learns that it's good to vent your frustrations and that if you're assertive, people listen to you more. So he starts harassing other planets, having their fun like in the funk, and then eventually they get serious about galactic domination, and Peepers is like, I'm offering up my planet to you as the first one to be conquered. In exchange, I'm gonna be your commander, I'm gonna say how things are run, because that's kind of what he wanted, and so that's how that came to be. And I know it's probably gonna get debunked in 3 episodes, but I'm hoping.
Wow, Peepers is a backstabbing jerk in that headcanon.
Yeah! I like it.
But did he make a deal with his sea witch aunt
Oh my god.
to have legs to speak with Hater?
The littlest watchdog coming to
The
you
little
this
watchdog.
summer.
Who was smaller,
Hard.
Wesley or Peepers? I forget.
Wesley was.
Wesley
Yeah,
was smaller?
Wesley's slightly smaller.
Yes.
Because Wesley is a child.
Wesley's adorable.
I want Tom Kenny to sing part of your world in the people's voice.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Right? One of the writers, I forget who, it may have been Frank, but he was saying that there's a recorded version of Tom Kenny singing The Commander's Last Command from that one episode where Hater fires him, and I want to hear that. I want that to be
Oh
a
my
thing.
god.
If
Andy Bean said that he was going to post it once the series was over.
Yeah. Once
What?
season 2 is over at the very least, because we're
Yeah.
super getting a season
That's
3.
better.
We're
Totally.
gonna make this happen.
Want to reach the top, gotta keep climbing.
We're
We need
making
to
it.
coin that motto.
But you just coined it.
But I'm the only one who uses it in this damn campaign.
Alright, let's end on that note.
Yeah. This was really awesome, you guys. A little bit sudden and very awkward for my parents, but still very awesome. And Scrooge, you and I, we gotta have voice chat parties.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Scrooge.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
very
you
much.
guys for coming on.
Thank you
it's been
so
awesome.
much. This has been certainly a very great opportunity. Yeah, thank you so much.
Let's all do our best to save Wander Over Yonder, because this show is too precious to just end at 2
Rob,
seasons.
yeah, we're gonna save it.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Rob, yeah.
And if you haven't checked out, we have a Tumblr page at Save Wander Over Yonder, Save WOY, Save Wander Over Yonder, obviously. There's also a DeviantArt page, there's a Twitter page, and then also check out the petition that has been going around.
And
Also,
there's
there's
somehow a YouTube page too. Somebody's made a Save Wander Over Yonder YouTube page, and they're using your banner, but they're not active at all. At least that's
Weird.
as far as I
I
checked.
looked it up, but I never was able to find it.
Is that the one with, like, Wander and his banjo? Is that it?
I found the page, but there's no videos on it yet. So maybe it's just a ghost.
I made it.
Maybe it's just a ghost page.
I think I made it.
Okay.
To spread around the petition links.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Make sure.
Bye.
One last thing.
Whoa.
One last thing. Make sure you participate in the fan boom if you're a fan of Wander Over Yonder. Make
And
sure
if you're a
100%
US fan, watch the
participate.
show
Whether
as
you're
it
camera
airs.
shy, if you have a pencil and paper, please participate, because we need as many people as possible contributing to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, if you want to participate in that, send your pictures, videos.
More information about it can be found on the Save Wander Over Yonder Tumblr page. So go ahead and go to that page, and the links are on the side.
Yeah.
So you can have all the information you need about it.
And remember to watch the show when it airs.
Yeah.
Only watch
If
it
you can.
online if that's your only way of watching it. Especially if you're an international.
Use the
So-
Disney XD app. Buy it on iTunes. Watch it when it airs. If you can't do any of that,
Watch
then
the
okay.
premiere ratings. Raise the
Yeah.
premiere ratings, guys.
They're paying attention to the premiere ratings.
Yeah.
And I know the scheduling sucks right now, but that's just because they want us to lose. We're not letting them.
Wow, we're not letting you win. Okay, guys.
You heard it, everybody. Ain't no stopping us now, McFadden style.
Yeah.
See ya.